Welcome back everyone to my Amazon Australia 2024 series. Now over the next few videos, I'm going to be sharing with you some major lessons I have learned and things you should know before starting your Amazon journey. Now I know that a lot of people who watch this YouTube channel are new sellers or they're just starting on their Amazon journey, and these are some key lessons that I learned early on, some mistakes that I made, and some understandings that I now have of what needs to be done when you're first selling products on Amazon. So today will be part one. I've got 3 lessons that I believe are crucial towards your success as an Amazon seller. You may be asking why I want to share these lessons now, and it's mainly because although I post about numbers and I share with you the success of the brands I've built, there have been many lessons along the way. There have been many mistakes that I've made and that I've learned from, and from this I've been able to create these amazing winning brands on Amazon Australia and across the world. So the idea behind these 3 major lessons is to give you an understanding to help you maybe avoid the mistakes that I have made in the past, or maybe navigate them as they come your way. Because more or less, you're going to have issues, you're going to come across problems, and you need to try to work out how to navigate and then still succeed after them. Every mistake, every bad situation, there is a lesson, and from that lesson, you will grow and you will improve as an Amazon seller. For those of you that are new to my channel, I'm Chris Steff, and I'm here to guide and educate you on all things Amazon Australia. If you want to learn all the tips and tricks that I use every day, make sure to subscribe to that button and eat everything up that I drop. I'm going to be giving you all the knowledge that I have gained over these years of selling so that you can make your entry into Amazon Australia as easy as possible. But for today, the number one lesson I want to touch on is pricing. Now, when I'm talking about pricing, I'm talking about making money. We're talking about what is that product cost? What is your product idea selling on Amazon for? Is it a high ticket? Is it a low ticket? Now, with pricing, we want to sell higher ticket products. We don't want to sell any of that cheap stuff. We want to sell products that have high perceived value, that are above a certain price. And the rule of thumb that I teach in my academy and that I use myself is to sell products over $50. $50 is the sort of starting point we're looking when we're doing our product research. Anything below that, we don't really consider. We're looking for products that are above $50 because anything below that can really eat away at your profits. Now, I want to touch on some major negatives when you're going for lower price products first. Firstly, you got less profit. Now, obviously, that's a no-brainer, but the cheaper your product is, the less profit you're going to make. If you have the same profit margin for a $10 product compared to a $50 product, you're not going to make the same amount of profit. You have the same margin, however, the profit is going to be different. Next, we have by having a lower price product, there is more chance of being copied or replicated. By having that easier source product, that cheaper product to be made, it's a much smaller barrier to entry for people to come and sell that product. If you launch this product and it's selling quite well and it's really cheap to make and really cheap to be shipped and really not that expensive, people will instantly copy it and they'll start selling that same product. And unless you've built a really good moat over this product, you're going to have trouble keeping that price at where it is and making good money. There'll be a price war. This is just how Amazon works sometimes. High perceived value. This is very important when it comes to selling on Amazon. We want to have a product that has high perceived value. A cheaper product will most likely not have higher perceived value. So this is going to be much harder to create a sexy brand and market it at a price point which is really profitable. The next thing to consider is PPC. Now, PPC stands for paid per click. This is Amazon's form of marketing. You're basically paying money to get your listing pushed to the top of page 1. Now, with a smaller product, with a smaller price product, you won't actually be able to spend as much on PPC because you are not making as much profit. So the idea when launching is to actually push your PPC, push your product to the top of the page so you can hold that organic ranking and get to the number 1 spot as soon as you can. And lastly, we have sales and deals. Now, with a lower price product, you're going to struggle to drop the price and still make good profit. You might not be able to run as many sales. You might not be able to run as many deals. And realistic, when you're launching, you want to be able to play around with your prices and you still want to make good profit. So you want to be able to have a bit of leverage with a slightly higher product. You have that leverage and you know that you're still making good money, good profit, even when you drop your prices down and your margins get lower. Now, I guess the positives of a high price product are almost the polar opposite. However, I'm going to go and cover them a little bit deeper so you can fully understand the benefits of what happens when you're selling a high ticket product. I'm going to start off with higher perceived value. Now, this is so important when it comes to Amazon selling. People are buying from what they see. They see a sexy product, they're going to want to buy it, and they're going to pay whatever they want for it. So the idea is to sell products that have high perceived value. Now, an example here is a toilet brush. Who wants to buy a toilet brush? It's just a necessity. No one's looking for that really sexy brand. No one's looking for that branded toilet brush where they're happy to pay that extra $5, $10. They just want to find the most affordable one and purchase it. Now, in comparison, if I want to sell maybe like a wine decanter now or a knife set, now they're on display. They are there to be seen when you have friends around. They are going to look good when people come into your kitchen, they come into your dining room. So you can sell these products at a higher value. If you create a sexy brand, if you create A+ listing that pops and makes your product just stand out, people are going to want to pay more money for that because it's a higher perceived value product. Most cheaper products don't have high perceived value. So you're really shooting yourself in the foot when you're trying to market this product. Next, we're going to talk about profit margins and actual profit. I want to give you this scenario. If I had one product here that is worth $10 and one product here that is worth $50, they're both running at 30% profit margin. This product over here is going to earn $15, and this product over here is only going to earn $3. So which product do you want to sell? You'd have to sell 5 of these products over here to make the same profit as one of these products. In my mind, you're doing more work. I know which one is the better product to sell. The one where you have to sell one of a day to earn $15 compared to selling 5 of the other product. That is the easiest way to understand how a higher price point helps you make more profit at a faster rate. Now, more profits means you've got more money to spend. We talked about PPC and how that's important. If you're making $15 over $3, you can reinvest that to scale your product. You can reinvest that in marketing, in the PPC, Amazon's paid per click. You can spend more money to advertise and put your product in front of more eyes. So you're making more money and then you're reinvesting that to make more sales. And that's how the cycle goes. The difficulty with a cheaper, lower price product is that you don't have as much money to reinvest. If a click costs you 75 cents and you've only got $3 profit, once you're going to break even, you're going to sell 4 clicks and you're breaking even. After that, you're making a small loss. Where if your clicks are costing 75 to 80 cents again for that $15 profit margin, you're actually got a lot more clicks, a lot more eyes on your product, a lot more opportunity to get more sales, which is in total going to increase your total sales and increase your organic ranking. Remember, the aim is to get to as high as page 1 as physically possible. This also relates to sales and deals. More profit in the bank means you can drop your price and be okay with losing a little bit of money because you're making it up elsewhere. If you have that cheaper based product, the more sales you have, you're really going to only break even and make a little bit of money, and you're not going to be able to use that money to reinvest or advertise more. You want to have more profit so you can reinvest in bigger orders and you can really push your product to the top of that page and increase those sales. The one negative I would like to highlight is that your order might cost more to manufacture, so you might have to start with a smaller quantity. However, starting with a smaller quantity does not matter as long as you've got a good profit margin and you're making good profit. Now, I'm saying this because I have learnt this from experience. I once dropped a product and it basically had all the negative effects as we spoke above. We dropped the product, it was a lower priced item. It didn't have the moat around it, so people could easily source it and replicate the idea of it. PPC went up as more people came in, the costs got more expensive to advertise, and the price war started to happen. People started lowering their prices, PPC bids were going up, and all the profit was being eaten up. We ended up selling about half of the units we sent there to the market. There was about 1,500 units. We ended up throwing away at least 700 units. It was a big lesson. It was the first real lesson that showed me how important price is and why you really need to take this into a considering factor when you're doing your product research. Every lesson has a silver lining, and understanding price has been vital for the success of the brands I've created since then. Knowing that you have to have a product that's over $50 to make good profit to really help you grow the brand is so important to understand this, especially early on in your journey. So how to use this information to eliminate risk? Well, it's very simple. When you're doing your product research, put a line through any product that is not going to be worth $50. It's that simple. So you're creating your list at home of all these potential ideas and use the ZonGuru Chrome extension. And I'm going to show you exactly how to actually just eliminate products that are not going to reach that price point. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to the ZonGuru Chrome extension. We're going to search a product, and then we're going to click on the extension down the bottom. From here, we're going to hit highest to lowest revenue. So we have the top 5 products. Now we're going to see what these top 5 products are selling for. If they're not selling above $50, if even one of them is not selling above $50, and make sure there's no deals on or they're running some sort of sale, but if they're not selling above $50, then this puts a line through that product and we move on. It's that simple and it's that easy, and this is going to stop you from having any issues down the track when it comes to not having enough money to run on PPC, because you've set your profit margin hopefully at a minimum of 30% on a higher ticket product. So you're going to have room to move. That is part 1. That is the first lesson that I want you guys to learn from. The first lesson that I wish I knew before I started on Amazon, because I would have eliminated the big loss of money, the liquidation of inventory that I had with a certain product. But I've learned it the hard way, and now I'm passing it on to you. So if you want to keep up to date with all the episodes I drop, but especially part 2 and 3 of lessons that I have learned, make sure to subscribe to the channel below. And if you want to learn more about the Conquer AMZ Academy, or you just want to speak to me and ask a few questions, make sure to message me on Instagram. My socials are below. So for today, that's it, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.